here we are, lads.
GTA Vice City.
And here we go. I love it already. I love it already. I'm right back immediately. This is so cool. Chat, is this the greatest game ever made? Chat, is this peak gaming? Look at the neon lights on the store, on the parking. It's just vibes everywhere. It's groovy.
Groovy, baby!
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get hit with a copyright claim. In the night, no control. Oh, you know what I hate about having the acceleration on A is that you can't RP drive because you're always full gas.
We interrupt your programming with a message from the State Department. All bridges and some roads in the Vice City metropolitan area have been closed because of a severe weather warning.
Right. The bridges are closed.
Meteorologists are tracking Hurricane Hermione, which has devastated 5 Caribbean islands and is heading for Vice City. More updates soon.
I live among the creatures of the night. Wait, this is where I'm staying? This is cool as hell, bro. What the fuck? I love that the music stays on during the little mini cutscenes. GTA 3 also had that. Okay. Let's see the crib. If it's a crib. Oh no, it's just a lobby. I can't actually go up to the crib. Okay. Although... Or maybe that's just a quest. I think this is basically my house. Yeah. Okay, first save. Bro, the vibes? Unmatched. Immaculation. Perfection. The vibes, bro. It's just about the vibes. Gameplay? I don't know what the fuck that is. Story? I've never heard of it. Vibes. Oh. And here's my first death. Wait. The game didn't crash. Bro, I died and the game didn't crash. Fuck GTA 3. Is this the greatest game ever made? Is this the greatest game ever made? Oh my god, I can actually play this without crashing every time I die.
Hi, I'm BJ Smith, football player, businessman, and father of 18 adorable kids.
18,
throughout my career,
damn, bro.
my coach
Chill.
pumped me so full of steroids and hatred, I couldn't feel pain. Shoot, I even break my own leg for fun. They made me play when I was ill or injured, and that was because I was little more than a piece of meat to them. And now, you can too, with BJ's Fit for Football. I'll take you through all the necessary steps to get fit for football and sticking it to the man.
Bro,
using
so
only
funny.
a 400-pound duffel bag, lustrous
And now
gym,
you can
massive
too
intakes of
be a worthless
steroids,
piece
and
of
a
meat.
personal oxygen mask.
How the fuck am I gonna edit this with the copyright, bro? There's no way. I might have to like pitch everything down or up or something. I don't know.
Disclaimer.
This channel is generally focused on first impressions. So I have thus far and will continue in the future playing games that I have not played before and which are completely fresh to me. There will, however, be exceptions every now and then, and this is one of them. I have already played this game. I have not just played this game, in fact, I have played the living hell out of it. But this was a very long time ago, and I have not touched it since. I will not, for example, be doing a San Andreas video, because this I not only know like the back of my hand, but also because I replayed it really not that long ago, I think somewhere mid-COVID. So it is particularly fresh in my mind. In fact, I had replayed GTA 5 and then felt like doing San Andreas again, so San Andreas technically is actually even fresher in my mind than GTA 5 is at this point. But Vice City is another story, because while I did play quite a lot of it when I was a child, I have not touched it since, and have very little memory of it. I do know big things about the story. For example, that, spoiler alert, a certain someone betrays us. So that's obviously not going to be a surprise. But aside from the larger plot lines, I really don't have much of the details filled in, and there's a lot of room for freshness in the experience. Now, with that out of the way, what is this game about? This game is about rocking with your cock out and vibing the absolute fuck out. Come on. Come on. Does it get better than this shit? Does it get vibier than this shit? This is peak, bro. This is peak. If GTA 6 doesn't get within a mile of this, it's a failure. Johnny, walk away.
What's this I found under your bed? The only Engels you're going to read is Laura Engels Wilder.
If you think your child might be a red, here are some warning signs. They read complicated literature and have concern for their fellow man. They even like to share. Tell your kids if someone approaches them with pamphlets about recycling, an invitation to a labor rally, or showing any doubts about the fairness of our system, then they should find a teacher or a policeman immediately.
Oh my god, why is this so good?
How do you like to enjoy a Rusty Brown's ring donut?
I like to lick lovingly around the outside and then thrust my tongue in the middle.
I bet you do.
I like to munch it vigorously.
I just love the batter all over my face.
On Friday nights, I just can't stop eating Rusty Brown's ring donuts.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh god, I forgot
Sometimes I
about
like
this.
to wear women's panties and walk around 5th Street.
When you go downtown, make sure you enjoy Rusty Brown's ring donuts.
Well, it ain't GTA without a fuck SRC mission.
Knife After Dark. Rated R for retarded.
Have you met my lovely wife, Laura? No? Well, unfortunately, she's in Alabama. This is Candy.
And over there, we have the Vice City Mambas.
That's really good. That's really good.
Excitement of the science of music yourself at Synth & Son, the home of keyboards. Thanks to the science of music, you don't need musical talent to make great music.
Oh.
Just listen. I created that just by pressing a button.
Banger, bro.
Synthesizers are the new wave. Why work hard on difficult compositions when a machine can make music better than you've ever dreamed of?
Right.
You'll be the hit of the party.
Bro, that's literally AI.
Think you have any idea how fast I really am?
Fast as fuck, boy.
I'm fast as fuck,
Fuck,
boy.
boy.
Still fast as fuck, boy.
I'll have the special. One hot meaty length with special sauce.
Is that what I ordered? Because when you put it out, why you say it like that though? With Shaft hot dog, the taste of real man's meat. What the fuck am I eating, bro? Oh my! Did Juice Vance just fucking? Did Vance just kill me? Am I tripping, or did he just fucking shoot me in the back? You traitorous piece of shit!
We need some drugs, pal. Gotta get on the old love fest.
I bet you do.
Yeah. Well, this is Vice City, man. What's the problem?
Love juice, man. We need love juice, man, gang.
Love juice?
Aye, 2 parts boomshine, 1 part trumpet, 5 fizz bombs, and a litre of petrol. Can you help us out, pal?
petrol.
Oh, it really mean a lot
You
to
can
the
do that for the boys, right?
Well, I can try, but I feel like, I just took over the whole fucking mansion and drug operation. Am I really like a little fucking drug runner? Like an errand boy? But you know what? I'll do it for the arts. I am nothing if not a patron of the arts. Don't just jump, hyper jump. Wait. Wait, that's so funny. That's really good. Holy shit.
I'm going to jump!
No!
Do a flip!
Okay, finally we made it. Now they're gonna do the bodyguard job or... Oh, bro. Can you... Bruh, come on. Bruh. You'll figure it out eventually. Right? Right? What if he doesn't? What if my quest is just stuck here? Oh my god. Please figure it out. Oh my god. Thank god. I got a little scared there for a second. Okay, I think we might be done with the Haitian stuff.
Tommy, why you coming back here, fee? Me tell you, we don't want to be around here no more.
Wait, so I finished her missions and I came to her neighborhood and she calls me to tell me to get out of her neighborhood, that she doesn't want to see me around here. That's really cool. That's a really nice detail. The fucking vibes, my brother. The vibes.
The story.
The story as a whole is fantastic and opens up on Tommy having just done 15 years in prison, taking the fall for a job gone wrong, and instead of the family for whom he worked taking care of him, they decide to send him down to Vice City to start a new operation.
Hey guys, it's Ken Rosenberg here. Hey, great, hey.
Everything paid for by Kleinfeld.
Basically, they consider him completely disposable, and they figure that if he fails, it's no skin off their backs, and on the off chance he actually succeeds, they just swoop in and take over whatever he's managed to carve out from the Cubans and Haitians and everyone else that's currently in power down there. I will leave it at that because I don't like spoiling stories so much in case you haven't played it, and if you have, then you already know the story anyway. But suffice to say that it's a banger and an incredible improvement over GTA 3 in my opinion. Not just because it's a better story, but because it actually is one. If you remember, I praised GTA 3 for having a story now, which was a big improvement over GTA 1 and 2, but it was still in its infancy and only reaches full maturity here in Vice City. This is an adventure now. We embark on a roller coaster ride with Tommy and relate to him and feel for him and want him to succeed.
I would have had you made.
Bitch, I'm already made.
Say goodnight, Mr. Diaz.
Night night. Oh hell yeah, I got the house now. Fuck yeah. Where Claude succeeding for the most part was merely a vehicle for the mission givers getting what they wanted out of us. Tommy being voiced kind of changes everything.
Them calling your name, boy, must want you pretty bad, don't you think? Now you do old Auntie Pulea Turner, maybe she help you. Maybe she can give you a little juju after all of this. Give you some magic to give the lawman the stink eye.
Look, this is all very, give me what? I think I got the wrong address. You're my lawyer, Rosenberg, not my interior decorator. Got it?
He has genuine personality, and of course being voiced by none other than Ray fucking Liotta certainly doesn't hurt. Claude in GTA 3 was fine and all, but he really had no personality to speak of. He was just kind of going around doing whatever he's told by various people. He's a stand-in for the concept of getting a mission and has no particular agency of his own, and you don't ever feel like you're on a quest with him or that the story you're following is his story. That has the unfortunate effect of also making him feel like little more than a lackey who just kind of does whatever he's asked to do. Tommy, on the other hand, has personality, he has wants and dreams of his own, and is intent on carving his own piece of the pie. He wants to matter, and he ends up also being a protagonist that matters, whereas Claude was frankly just one step removed from the nameless avatars in GTA 1 who were little more than just a face and a high score.
The Tommy, we know it was Diaz busted our deal, so why in the hell are we running errands for him? The more we learn now, the less we have to learn when we take this town over. I like your style, man. Real fresh.
I like that Tommy is like unfilteredly ambitious. Like he started out working, petty stuff for the Italians over in Liberty City, right? But immediately he's like, nah, bro, we're taking this town over. I don't give a fuck. Like what he just said? He was like, why are we working for this guy? He was like, the more we learn now, the less we'll have to learn once we take the town over. So let's learn now while we're nobody, because we're not in the crosshairs yet. So now's the time when we can afford to learn. We have the luxury of time. Because once we take over, we no longer have the luxury of making mistakes. So let's get the mistakes out of the way right now, when there are no stakes yet. We learn what we need to learn, and we'll apply all of that the second we actually take over. He's a smart little piece of shit, isn't he? Vice City also has a slightly different structure, in the sense that the full island is actually unlocked very early, but then both continue being used. Generally what happens in GTA, you know this, is that you get a bunch of missions in the first zone, eventually you unlock a second one, and the action moves there, and so on with a third. Once you've left a place, there's generally very little to do there campaign-wise, so the zones become a little bit disposable once you're past them. You only have to come back every once in a while for some small objective as part of a larger mission from the next zone over. Vice City works a little differently. First of all, you only have 2 zones, and not the 3 to which we're accustomed from GTA 1 and 2 and 3 and San Andreas and GTA 4, so really almost all of them. And further, I was surprised how early I unlocked the second island. I even got a little scared that I had maybe progressed too much in the game and was already halfway through, because that's generally how the other games tend to operate, but not this one. You get the second island fairly early on, but keep having plenty of quests on both islands, and eventually you unlock your own house, strategically placed right between them in the middle, which makes going back and forth even more convenient. Could I be the greatest helicopter pilot that's ever lived? The other big element here is that the game is centered on the building of businesses in order to expand your operation. And I am personally a complete sucker for a game that lets you buy businesses, build up your empire, collect winnings, reinvest, etc. That's absolutely a weakness of mine. I go flabby at the knees for that sort of thing. Shout out Yakuza one time, which, by the way, reminds me, bit of a side note here, that we are absolutely going to do a Yakuza series on the channel at some point. That's a must. But in any case, this hits a managerial and resource development spot that I absolutely love. And no other GTA has done it like Vice City. In fact, the next one to bank on this sort of thing so heavily is actually GTA Online. It takes a minute for this function to be unlocked, but when it is, you suddenly get access to a variety of businesses such as a taxi company, Printworks, a strip club, an ice cream company, and so on and so forth.
Were you now or at any time a child?
What are you talking about?
Were you a child?
Yes, calm down.
What's wrong with you? A child! A dirty, stinking, sniveling, snotting, vile, puking, crying little baby. A baby! An awful, horrible, disgusting little boo-hoo! Mommy doesn't love you. You little shit!
But it's not just an idle moneymaker. There are quests associated with each business in order to get it off the ground and for it to start making money, or for it to start increasing the money that it makes. For example, upon buying the Printworks, an old guy who's been working there his whole life pitches you on printing money instead of magazines.
Hey, you bought the old Printworks?
Yeah, my old man used to work on these. I used to spend the evenings with him cleaning the rollers. I was gonna follow him in his trade, but I lived a different life.
You planning on selling the old machinery, breaking it down?
I'm thinking we might print something. A newspaper, a magazine.
Oh, crap, Sonny. Low-grade crap. I've always fancied printing money. It ain't too hard. You know, I've been doing it on a small scale for years.
Really?
Sure. But we need some good quality plates. Of course. There's a counterfeiting syndicate already operating in Florida.
A syndicate?
Yeah, well, just rumors is all I've heard.
I know a man who's good with rumors.
So you go on a few missions to get everything you need to get the business up and running, and eventually you mount a whole counterfeit printing operation. If you buy the auto shop, you're given a list of cars that you have to find and you have to bring back. And the more of the list you complete, the more money the business is going to make. And every business has its own little variation of this sort of thing. And this adds a magnificent layer to the story where you genuinely feel like you are, brick by brick, on your way to carving out a throne for yourself in Vice City. What I also love is that businesses aren't cheap at all. When I was buying myself apartments, for example, at the start of the game, they were like 3 or 4K each, which was a lot of money at the time. After a while, I started saving up because I wanted to be able to afford the businesses when they would eventually become available. By the time they did, I had like 85,000 saved up, and I was actually a little bit afraid that it was too much and that I would be able to just like buy out half the businesses for like 6 or 7K each or something. Wrong. The first one I went to, the Malibu Club, was actually 120K, and granted that happened to be the most expensive one, but still, they are all decently priced. The Printworks that I ended up buying first was actually 70K, for example. This means that you have a genuine reason to get your money up, because these guys are not cheap and some grinding must be done for them. It's a classic model that's been used many times in video games, but it works wonderfully because it means that the cash you make isn't just used for weapons or cosmetics, but also to unlock more actual content. Now, nothing is forcing you into it, it's mostly optional, although you do need a number of businesses at one point to progress the story, but the point is that it's extra content that's there if you want it, and it costs you only cash. In effect then, it's kinda like buying DLC, except with in-game currency. And then completing this DLC gives you more cash so that you can go on to buy even more of it. It's content that feeds into more content, which is a very simple and very pure and very elegant system. On this note, I do also have to say that there is an option in the version that I played to save directly from the pause menu. Now, I don't remember this, and I assume it must have been an addition for the 10th anniversary edition, but I don't like it. I mean, sure, it makes life a lot easier, and I assume that the remasters have full-on saving built in, probably even auto-saving within missions and so on, but I actually believe that is detrimental to the experience as a whole. Why am I bringing this up as relating to the businesses? Because there are two types of things you can buy in this game. You can buy apartments and you can buy businesses. Now, the businesses generate money, the apartments don't. So why would you buy apartments? Because you can save. And same for the businesses. They generate cash, they have missions associated with them, but also they serve as save points. And the second you have an autosave or you have a way to save while you're just wandering about, all of that suddenly becomes completely useless. Can't buy this yet either. Okay, so far I've seen three things. The strip club, the Malibu, both of which I can't buy, and the third one is the, looks like a hotel suite or something for 3K, which I can now afford, but I'm not sure that's what I want to spend my money on. Also, the thing is, buying more houses is very important so that you can save more easily and you don't have to go all the way back to your save point, right? Except that's kind of rendered useless by having the ability to save in the menu. And I know that that's obviously like a quality of life improvement, and I guess it's there to serve people who want to take advantage of it, even though I won't. But I also kind of don't like it. And I can't imagine that was there in the original game, because even in San Andreas you don't have that. So that must be a 10th anniversary thing. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan because I think, yes, it's punishing, but I think it is a good game mechanic. And in particular, it makes the buying of houses very interesting, because you have an incentive to have as many safe houses as you can spread around the city, so that you're never too far from one, so that you don't have to go to the other side of the map to save your game, right? So the more houses you have, the easier it is for you to save. That's really good. That's a very good mechanic. Instead, here that's rendered completely pointless, and if I buy a house, it's just because I have money and I don't know what to do with it. because I don't really get anything out of that. I don't benefit from it when I can just press pause, go to save game, and I can save my game. On the other hand, there is one thing that ended up bugging me a lot, which was unexpected because it's classic GTA, and that's losing your weapons after every death, which is, of course, a perfect GTA staple, and I should never have thought that I would ever have an issue with it, especially when I was so surprised that GTA 3 had a solution for that. But I actually really miss the GTA 3 system where after a death, you can bribe the hospital to get your weapons back. It costs 2k in GTA 3, which wasn't much money there, but is more money in Vice City, especially at the start. But I don't mind it being expensive. In fact, I wouldn't mind it being even prohibitively expensive either, so long as I get the option of whether or not I want to spend that money in order to save myself a trip to the gun shop. And I've got no weapons now. I just lost all my fucking weapons. That's gonna be a problematic. That's gonna be a slight problematic. Fucking hell. Do I go without guns? Do I go buy them? What do I do? Goddamn. Because there are some fuck-ass missions here, like every GTA, and you will have to start over quite a lot. There is a quality of life thing with the cabs, because if you die in a mission, there will always be a cab waiting for you next to the hospital that brings you right back to the mission giver. That's great. But the bigger problem is that you respawn without any guns. And it's very rare for a mission to give you weapons because they generally operate under the assumption that you will be bringing your own. So while the cab is great in theory, it doesn't actually really work in practice, because going straight back to the mission giver after a death means you are going to try the mission again completely naked, unarmed, and without body armor. For this, you have to go to a gun shop to repurchase everything, which, first of all, can get very expensive. An assault rifle, for example, is gonna run you 5k for only like 60 bullets or something, and if you already have the weapon and just want more bullets, that's still gonna be 5k anyway, doesn't matter. So if you fail a mission a bunch of times, which will definitely happen, I promise you, that expense is gonna stack up pretty fucking quick. But money aside, the bigger issue is the second one, which is the fact that you have to go there. Every time you have to die, be frustrated that you failed, probably not for the first time, and we all know that frustration after a death and how annoying even the slightest delay can be. How annoying any cutscenes are, or having to skip through dialogue, or even as much as waiting for your own dying animation to finish because you're just there, sitting, hovering, waiting to mash the retry button and have another go at it. But here, between every death and retry, you have to find a vehicle, drive to the nearest gun shop, of which, by the way, there are only 2 per island, and they stock different weapons, so if you want something specific, there's really only a single one. You go there, get fleece for your cash, then drive back to the mission giver, skip the cutscene, drive back to the objective, get killed in 17 seconds because the aiming and shooting is still kinda dog shit, and then you're right back at square one and have to do the whole thing again. Do this like 14 fucking times in a row for certain particularly tricky missions, and you do start losing faith in mankind pretty quickly. Once again, I genuinely surprised myself with how much of a problem I had with the system, for the simple reason that I was obviously very aware that this is how GTA works and was fully expecting it. But here we are. I found it very annoying and really missed the GTA 3 system. Which, by the way, I'm not even sure, seeing as I played the 10th anniversary edition of GTA 3, I'm not even sure if that bribing system was there in the original or if it was introduced in the 10th anniversary edition as a quality of life thing. But either way, I think it was a fantastic system. And here in Vice City, my assumption about this is that it was never really a problem for me growing up, because back then we used cheats to play GTA. We systematically used cheats to play GTA. I clearly remember the little post-it note stuck on my game manual inside the box with the codes for all weapons or body armor or for spawning a tank and so on. And this is how we played. Not even out of a desire to cheat, really, because it never really felt like cheating. It felt more like this is simply how you play GTA. Learning the button combinations and having them so handy and well memorized that you can do them within a fraction of a second while in the middle of a gunfight simply was actually part of the skill set of playing GTA. It was expected of you. At least that was always my experience and that of my friends. And if you had a mate over to play GTA and they didn't know how to spawn weapons, you were kind of supposed to shove them in a locker, because that's what their kind deserves. Now, in this run, for whatever reason, I decided not to make use of cheats.
As effective as sending GIs into a peasant village.
I don't think it was out of a desire to play vanilla. I think honestly the main factor was probably that I was afraid of ruining the game's economy by getting free weapons, since buying them was quite costly and that impacted my ability to purchase businesses, and so, in turn, made the business revenue that much more important since it was financing my arsenal. But in retrospect, it may not have been a great decision because it did impact my enjoyment of the game more than I would have expected. And when I think back on the experience, the parts that I remember the least fondly are exactly that. Wasting my time and driving back and forth to gun shops in between retrying missions. The solution to that is a very simple one, because it was already there in GTA 3. Simply allow me to repurchase all my weapons at the hospital, even if it's for a very steep price like 10k or something. I would be fine with that.
This is so far my least favorite thing about this game. Like, there's some issues, there's some small things which are more often than not are left over from GTA 3. I still don't like the controls, I don't like how the shooting works, I don't like that you can't cycle left and right through the radios, but only one direction, so if you have to go all the way back if you want to come back to a certain station. There are small things like that, but they're miniature things for the most part. The weapons, however, that's something that was way better in GTA 3. And the funny thing is that I don't remember it being that annoying growing up playing this, and I think the reason is that I always had the cheats. So when I needed weapons, I would just get some weapons, and it was never really a problem. And I don't want to use cheats now. I know it can be very fun, and that's kind of part of the GTA experience, is using cheats. I don't want to use them because I want to play it as cleanly as I can, right? And in terms of RP, I don't mind going to the shop and buying guns, and that's also another reason to spend your money, so that's fine. But I do find it annoying having to go between every single mission, because it's, in a game where the shooting is honestly terrible, you die a lot, and that's okay. I don't mind dying, and I don't mind restarting the mission, but I do mind between every attempt at a given mission having to go back and buy all the weapons over again. It's not even the money that I'm spending, it's the fact that I have to drive all the way there. And there are so far I've discovered 3 gun shops on this entire map. And for example, if I want grenades, there's only one gun shop that has them, which is very annoying as well. Something else that I need to bring up here, because I will not be doing a San Andreas video, is how much I miss the interconnectedness of the GTA universe from this period. This is something that gets kind of lost from GTA 4 onwards. No more hugely recurring characters, for example. But GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas, and also I assume the PSP versions, the Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories, are all interconnected in all kinds of wonderful ways. Especially considering that the timeline is all in the wrong order, because Vice City comes first, then San Andreas, and then GTA 3. So, for example, spoiler alert, you kill Don Salvatore Leone in GTA 3, but he's there in San Andreas, where you rob his casino. And he's also worked with Ken Rosenberg from Vice City, etc., etc.
Oh, baby, I'm back! I am back! Let's get this show on the road!
The good doctor has revived the patient.
Thank you,
Sweet
thank
as my
you,
son,
thank
sweet.
you.
So everything straight now?
No!
It took me a moment also to realize that the Catalina from GTA 3 was the same crazy-ass bitch that CJ was briefly dating in the middle of the fucking woods in San Andreas.
You want some fatsa? You big streak of Yankee fish? I seen fucking Eunice with more balls than you. What the fuck did you want?
Nothing. I'm looking for a friend of mine's cousin, Mexican
bitch.
guy.
Get off
He ain't here.
You? But Cesar said you was a real man.
Crazy.
Lady, I'm a God-fearing, peace-loving man of the people.
Whatever, asshole. Let's go.
Damn, relax.
I think I love you.
Shit, that's great.
Cool. Yeah, fantastic. Shit, all that, you wanna go rob some shit, baby?
And only then did I remember that, yes, of course, we actually do see Claude and that one racing mission over there.
This Carl? This is my new man. Are you jealous? Are you going to fight for me?
Nah, I could take rejection.
Tommy, this is Donald Love. Donald, this here is Tommy Vercetti, the latest gunslinger to come to these parts. Now, Donald, you just shut up and listen, and you might learn something. Now, nothing brings down real estate prices quicker than a good old-fashioned gang war. Except maybe a disaster like a biblical plague or something, but that may be going too far in this case.
Wait.
You getting this down, you
Isn't that what Donald says in GTA 3?
Now, recently...
Nothing drives down real estate prices like a good old-fashioned gang war. Apart from an outbreak of plague. But that might be going too far in this case.
That's very funny. Because... So, like here you have a young Donald Love who's kind of learning from this guy, and then later in GTA 3, he feeds you the same line. As though he came up with it. That's great.
Stay with Fernando. Por favor, mi amor, cielito. It's like Fernando say to his ex-wife, I love you, please, don't leave me. It is not what you think. I was bitten by a snake, and the nice lady, she came to suck out the poison. The story, she no work very well.
The station for laughter and sorrow.
Another tiny example. In GTA 3, Laszlo, one of the hosts on the radio stations, says that he was kicked out of the rock station. And here he is, the host of V-Rock. So this is the rock station from which he was kicked out, so that in GTA 3, which is set after this, he ends up hosting a different show. I picked up on a few of these things. I probably missed out on so many of them, but it's a really cool ongoing thing that the persistence of the world is being built up in this way. There are countless examples of this kind of thing, and it's both truly lovely and also a little sad in a way, knowing that those threads, instead of ever growing in depth, have instead kind of been severed and no longer really matter in GTA 4 and 5.
The verdict.
So where do we stand? That's very simple. This is one of the greatest games ever made. That's about it, really. What more can I say? It's everything. And despite my few complaints, this hits every spot and rises to its absolute fullest fucking potential. We established, both in its own video and again a little bit in this one, that GTA 3 was very close to reaching the full potential, but still fell slightly short of the mark, mainly due to the sort of vacuousness of the story, which, while more cohesive of course than those of GTA 1 and 2, was nevertheless still in that vein and still felt more like a series of activities rather than an actual narrative in which we feel really deeply involved. Aside from the weapons bribing thing, Vice City keeps all the good things about GTA 3 and adds precisely what was missing, and to a very high caliber of quality at that. And what you end up with is quite simply an almost perfect game. And it doesn't hurt either that it has, I think we can safely say, the single greatest soundtrack of any GTA game. And, by extension, maybe even the greatest soundtrack of any video game ever. Period. I mean, that sounds like a very tall claim, but honestly, what else is there? And I do mean soundtrack here rather than score, because those are two different things. But when it comes to soundtracks with licensed music, I mean, the next best thing after this is probably just another GTA game. And the one after that might also just be another GTA game. If I have to be negative, I could say the aiming is still terrible and hasn't improved from GTA 3. And this is perhaps more noticeable here because GTA 3 was such a massive improvement on GTA 1 and 2 that we easily forgave it for still not being very good, whereas you would perhaps expect more progress here. And it's true that this can be quite painful, but who gives a shit when you can drive down Miami Beach to the sound of all these bangers? That's kind of all that fucking matters, really. This is the epitome of what GTA is about. Freedom, vibes, unadulterated fucking fun. And goddammit, I enjoyed every second of this. Minus all the respawning and dying and buying guns, but whatever, we ignore that. I enjoyed every other second of this. It was wonderful. And actually, if we put all the technical stuff aside, my biggest complaint probably
is how short this is. If you focus on the game, even if you do all the side activities, you're done very quickly. I mean, I didn't do every pizza delivery mission and every cab driver mission because those are not very interesting. But even if you do them, that's gonna add, what, like an extra 2 or 3 hour stops. Overall, it felt quite quick, but it was such a pleasurable experience that honestly, I kind of felt like playing it again when I was done. I could have restarted it. I could absolutely have restarted it right away and just done it again. That's how much I fucking loved it. It is an incredible game, and like I said, without any hyperbole, honestly, one of the greatest games ever made in the history of this fucking medium. Period. Now, very tiny addendum, because I do remember that we briefly touched on this, I think in the GTA London video. I said something that may be controversial, I don't know. I said that I wasn't a fan of the idea of doing GTA 6 in Vice City. If I remember correctly, the context in which that came up was my talking about how much I would prefer having a modern GTA that's set in 60s London like GTA London. Now, why do I not like the idea of doing Vice City? Because it's not just about the place, it's also about the time. That matters a great deal. San Andreas wouldn't have felt the same if it hadn't been set in the early 90s. That adds a different patina to the location, so you get this grungy late 90s New York, or you get this typical prime gangster flick sort of early 90s LA and so on. The same goes for Vice City. The best time to do Vice City is obviously the 80s. That's where you are in your fully fledged cocaine, synth pop, Scarface, Miami Vice era, and it is the perfect location to espouse the 80s for everything they were. Revisiting Vice City in current day, however, I'm sorry, but that's much less interesting to me. Because frankly, I don't give a fuck about modern day Miami. I really don't. It's just kind of a big fucking swamp. And I don't really find it that interesting culturally. I would have preferred, obviously, going to a new place that GTA hasn't visited yet. But even amongst places that have already been visited, for example, I would have preferred to do San Fierro, because today San Francisco is the world capital of something very unique, and there's something going on there that has never been going on before, that might not last forever, so you are really capturing a very specific time and place in a moment where the entire city is transformed by being the world capital of artificial intelligence. That is such an incredible hotbed for social commentary and for satire and so on. Now, of course, you can say Miami is also a hotbed for social commentary because everybody's a fucking moron there and you have the typical Florida man thing. Okay, but I mean, no offense to my American viewers, if I have any, there's maybe like one. But being a hotbed of idiocy is a pretty low bar to set a GTA somewhere, and you could kind of make the same argument for most of the South, really. I mean, might as well go to fucking Arlington, Texas then. I'm sure it's just as dumb as Miami. Anyway, let's not go too deeply into that. I am still, despite my talking shit, I'm very excited for GTA 6. And I'm perhaps even more excited about it now, weirdly, after playing Vice City, because one of the reasons I didn't like it was like, oh well, Vice City has already done that location and better, because it's never going to be more interesting than it was in the 80s. So why are we doing it in modern day? So I would have expected that after playing Vice City, I'm actually less interested in the new one, but actually the opposite ended up happening. Now I'm like, okay, let's see what it does. And I also kind of somewhere I'm hoping for some callbacks. Now I don't remember. It's been a while since I played GTA 4, so I don't remember how many callbacks GTA 4 had to GTA 3, if any, or how many aside from having the little Grove Street thingy GTA 5 had to San Andreas. So I do hope to see, now that these are much fresher in my mind, I hope to catch a lot of callbacks in GTA 6 back to Vice City, but we'll see what happens when we get it. I'm very excited for GTA 6. We'll see if it actually drops in November. I hope it does. I'm actually going to have to buy a console because I currently don't have a modern gen console. I only have my PC. It's not going to drop on PC, unfortunately. So I might have to go buy a PlayStation or an Xbox just to play GTA 6. That's not fun, because I don't really feel like spending money on that, but whatever. And I guess I'll see you next time. We are going to do Liberty City and Vice City stories. And I am debating whether to do Chinatown Wars. Maybe, if I feel like it. If I've done the other two and then I feel like I could go for a little bit more content, then maybe I'll do it. In any case, this has been amazing. I'm very much looking forward to doing the following games, even though they're the lesser ones. That's fine. Goodbye and good fucking day. I'm just gonna take a little souvenir, if you don't mind. I'm just gonna take a little keepsake. I hope you're cool with that. With consent and permission.
Imagine a flabby guy with a ponytail and a nasty rash. You'll get the picture.
Imagine one. I married one. Anyway, what was I saying?
I don't think we're gonna be getting any more heat from up north either. Because there ain't no up north anymore. It's all down south now.
Wait, does that mean what I think it means? Tommy, baby!
What do you think it means?
That we're in charge. I mean that you're in charge. Oh, Tommy!
You know, Ken, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship. After all, you're a conniving, backstabbing, two-bit thief, and I'm a convicted psychotic killer and drug dealer.
I know. Ain't it just beautiful?